Growing up in this area all my life, listening to vinyl, collecting vinyl as a kid, kind of got away from it for a while. Decided I was bored one day and needed a hobby again, so got into collecting vinyl and started buying and selling a little bit, and it's kind of morphed into this, and here we are. My name is Philip Fridley. I own Suburbia Records. So there's a band that I grew up listening to called Screeching Weasel, and one of their albums called Buddha Buddha Buddha, there's a track on there called Hey Suburbia, and so that's kind of where the name came from. Yeah, I mean, I kind of grew up listening to mostly like alternative indie punk. I graduated in the early 2000s, so a lot of like 90s Lookout records and mutant pop records. Starting out as a kid, just kind of collecting all different colors and different bands that I was into at the time. So I was doing vinyl record shows throughout the country and doing mostly the stuff that I was into in the 90s and 2000s stuff, and was doing pretty good with that, but I kind of needed to do something else, something a little more, I guess, mainstream, as you would call it, and didn't want to do what everybody else was doing at the time. Dumb luck, kind of found my way into Japanese pressings and realized there was a big market for it.
It's really cool. I'm excited to see it grow. I mean, I know it's new, so I'll definitely be back, and hopefully, there'll be more and more stuff, and used record stores are sorely missed around here.
The quality of the materials they were using as far as vinyl, as far as covers, was better than what the US and Europe was using at the time. The demand was a lot higher than I originally anticipated. From my experience, they took better quality care of their records because they were paying 3 to 4 times more for the records 40, 50 years ago, where it was probably $5 to $8 for a record in the US. They were paying $20 to $30 equivalent at the time, so they seem to have cared for the records a lot more. Pretty much all my Japanese pressings are from the 70s and 80s, so they're 40 to 50 years old. I do have some 60s, maybe a handful of 90s pressings. I was doing the record shows and that kind of got shut down, and we were picking up a Two Cities Pizza, which is down the road from here, one day, and seen this spot available. It's like this perfect kind of location for something like this, and I really didn't have a reason not to do it, so here we are.
Oh man, I mean, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I'm coming back here. And I did. I just parked right here and walked in. I'm very excited to be in here. This is awesome. It's definitely going to contribute to the ambiance of the business atmosphere here. It's an upgrade, 100%.
I just want to keep growing this area, especially this downtown area. I think there's a lot of potential here. There's already a lot of great shops here. It's just get more people walking the streets, and hopefully this store will benefit everyone around me.